And welcome back, YouTube. We'll pick it up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. At the bottom of round 101, we have 5 decisions. One of which is going to be what do we want one of our groups to do now that we've developed those motorcycle troops. Incident with a joke gone wrong. Wow, the director of the Model Council is having a bad day. We'll support your actions. We don't like Heart anyway. And yeah, the Model Council guy is not happy. What's your resting point? 86. Why are you so unhappy? Something recently must have pissed him off. Well, let's contemplate playing some strat cards on him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh wait, well, we've improved his relation a little bit. At 66 is more dealable. No new orders. No, not gonna raid zone. This is the new zone. We do want to make sure they have some public budget. Have some salary for workers if I give them workers. And I'm gonna preset the sign-up bonus. And if you got the logistics, give me some bonus for that. Offer to buy slaves. So we have a slaver neighbor now. I don't want to be necessarily at war with that slaver neighbor right away, so we're going to accept. Not because I want commerce, but because accepting makes them happier. So those are the slavers. Okay. Slavers are far, far west. Ooh, Galactic Republic tank. And the industrial capacity is actually going up a lot faster than I was expecting it to be. Which I suppose is a good thing. Means I can build roads quicker. Complete the recycling facility, which is fine. Those are all the things we want to increase. We do want to increase that factory. We're probably in the situation where we can build that railroad. I don't know why it's going... Yeah, I don't know why I was taking the really weird way around, but that's the railroad we want. All along the road. We'll need a railhead.
Understood.
Otherwise we'll have other problems. And then we're going to want... we'll build it in dirt for the moment. We're going to want a dirt road that runs out this way, so we have logistics at some point. Oh, the struggle of trying to run roads through the desert. Okay. We'll run it that far because that'll at least be handled with our reasonable supply at the moment. Okay, so we got the guide circled, so next turn we'll be able to deal with that Marauder. I think it's all stable there. Not running roads through the desert, or at least running them through narrow portions of the desert, is usually a good plan. So where do I want to run this road? This is a desert. This is a pretty narrow bit. I can go from there to there pretty quickly, fairly cheaply. Or I can run up from the south, which is what I think I might do. Oh, it is saying that going across one bit of desert is probably going to be the cheap way to get up there? Okay. Run out to that rare resource, rare metal deposit, because at some point that's going to be the place where we want anyway. Okay, it's not going to auto-update from the road being installed. I assume that's going to be in Logistics Network fairly soon. Try to keep our motorized units in, well, our professional motorized units in green supply. If we get them onto that road, then we can start using them for entanglements and stuff. And yeah, that was industrial power for the turn. I may have actually spent too much industrial power. I don't know which order it takes for building, whether it takes the future turn or the current turn for the building. We'll probably throw the tank in against this unit of marauders, so we can deal with them easily. Yeah, we got some political power, so let's try to do some diplomacy on the majors while we're thinking about it. Non-aggression pact. Low chance of failure, no chance of critical failure, so we will roll it. Accept non-aggression pact. Similar over here. Oh, I only have one non-aggression pact. Okay. Free trade with them. Scientific cooperation. Let's open free trade with them.
Order acknowledged.
Okay, they refused, but it wasn't a critical failure. And all the numbers over here are green, except for the old industrial capacity we just spent up. Otherwise, I think everything's going splendidly. So, obviously there's no more total political power. Don't have any more industrial capacities. We'll let those finish up. If everything goes according to plan, the railhead should finish, and the bureaucratic office finishes, if I didn't overspend industrial capacity. And if I did, then I know not to spend all my industrial capacity again. And to be fair, at some point I am going to have to probably deal with that slaver. Slavers have a bad habit of starting things with slave raids. I might get lucky, and much like the nomads, if they play the event that allows me to raise their opinion, keeping them in a state of perpetual Cold War. But what's likely to happen is eventually they're going to go in and slave raid me, and I'm going to have to do something that's going to piss them off. We developed barracks. Good to know. Out of these choices, it's definitely ammunition factory.
Yes, sir.
No new orders. I'm not in a rush to develop the ultralight aircraft. Resettlement proposal. Select a small group of special refugees. This would improve their relations. I don't particularly like meritocracy, but it is something that is suppressed by autocracy, so it's not a super problem. Oh, let's check the construction reports. Did I overspend? I did, so... Okay, I should hold... What do you cost construction-wise? Return. 300... 500... 600? Okay. Okay, so I've got like 180 that I can easily spend. If I spend more than that, we're going to run into issues. Protect the road. Pile on in using the tank as the spearhead to break up the enemy formation.
Mission successful.
We'll send 3 guys west to help with those. The rest will start moving forward over here to expand there. And yeah, as I hoped / expected, we did get this area in supply. So it does make it a good place to potentially continue to expand the road. There's a mountain range here. Again, I've got about 1,800. Okay, so we'll build that road. Go a little bit more west. That road's fine. Apparently have another motorized unit here. Nice to see. The militia giving me more militia. Always nice to see when that happens. At some point, I'll have to go around and find all the really old units if I get surplus militia, like a real large amount of surplus militia, and start shipping them back to the cities to disband, just so I can encourage the militia to provide more quality stuff, but that's the future. The future is not right now. That front's all stable. Don't really have the industrial capacity to spend on that front. Low mountains in my way. Okay. Oh, that's one thing I should do, is I should start to upgrade my roads to sealed roads. I should start to seal my roads. So we'll spend 100 of our industrial capacity, some of our industrial capacity sealing road. Improve the logistics situation in the long term. Embassy is a chance of a failure there, so maybe I don't go embassy. I do something else instead. Trade. Trade has a failure chance. Has no chance of critical failure, so we'll go ahead and establish trade. We failed to trade. Theocrats don't want to trade with us. It's fine. Oh, we already have an embassy with that faction. Okay. We need to get non-aggression pact to them, which we don't currently have one of. And there's a failure chance on that. Don't really want to roll failure chances right now. Well, they're critical failure chances. Don't want to roll critical failure chances. Unlikely, but plausible, so we'll roll it. We failed. That was expected. And we got a decent number of shadow diplomats, so if I have the political power, I could use shadow diplomats to improve the likelihood. Okay, and we did stuff to improve the happiness of the director of the model design, and he apparently was the most pissed off character in the nation, so that was a good choice. And yeah, let's cycle the turn and hope that those get back on cycle. Okay, and that was apparently a good end turn for us. Yes, you have my full support to deal with quack doctors. Ceramic Industries is a little tempting to expand to level 2, so I will expand to level 2. I'm not worried about the floors. One reason why it's interesting is because then that allows me to expand this recycling facility. Allows those dome forests to expand. Oh, how many workers is that going to be? 2,800 workers? Let's give them the 2,800 workers.
Affirmative.
We'll also go ahead and give you the population to go with that. So it's about we've had some growth, so we'll just give you the 750 or 7,500.
Affirmative.
Turn down a bit. Okay, so that's going to be a reasonable sized unit because it is stopping territory border swings. Pile in on this guy.
Going in.
Should rapidly evaporate. Okay, we're not doing it for free. We are losing two subunits for it. But it should all be militia, so two militia subunits is not earth-shattering. Once again, we do want to keep the... Well, we did complete something, if memory serves the construction. Yes, we completed the railhead and the bureaucratic offices. Added one thing to the production, so... Probably want to build one more bureaucratic office somewhere, and then keep industrial capacity similar to earlier turns, where keep it around 600, which does mean I have a lot more road building potential. So yeah, you're capped out. If I want to keep growing this city, and that is a tempting thing to do, let's actually build its bureaucratic offices as well.
Affirmative.
Apparently, bureaucratic offices take a lot of people to build.
Affirmative.
We'll just give you the rest of our colonists for the moment.
Affirmative.
And then, probably at this point, you'll be a big enough city that in future, if I need to hire, we'll just let it hire and we won't send colonists. The metal mines are up, that's nice to see. Nothing really to improve here until we're ready to go up to 2, or go up to 3. And yeah, I want to keep 600 industry, so a little bit of road expansion there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it probably wants to go a little bit more that way if we can. Otherwise we're going to have a big hole here. Might end up being a situation where we do a split. Actually, no, I think we're going to have a road come up south side from here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll see how that progression works. I'm actually going to go ahead and, at this point, Yes, these would be better if they're properly motorized, but you know, they'll work perfectly fine as foot infantry. So we'll deploy these guys as foot infantry. Those five tags out, taking territory. Looks like I got a little bit of surplus industry. I'm going to need... Yeah, we are going to have to run a road through this desert at some point. To get to those grassy plains. So there's that road. Because we're going to have to actually have some troops to hold the slaver border if the slavers go hostile. So that is our industry for the turn. We have a little bit of political power. Did I do... No, I have not negotiated them yet. I think I've done the easy stuff is what it's looking like. Trade's pretty easy. We got non-aggression back to them. Do we have non-aggression back to you? Ah, okay, so their head of state does not support that. We have non-aggression back to these guys, so that's good to see. Let's, what I'll do is because what, trade, I assume trade is a diplomacy roll. Yeah. Let's play a shot at diplomat. I think the advisor is still the better of the two. And then we'll try the trade roll.
Order acknowledged.
And that succeeded. So now we have trade relations with them. And they're surprisingly happy. And these guys are surprisingly happy for a faction that does not want a non-aggression alliance with us. Well, non-aggression pact with us, so... Not all doom gloom. I'd like to know what type of miner these guys are, so send one bit of spy into them. Yep, I think that's good for the intern, so let's select the intern. We're making gains. Not necessarily advancing at all fronts, so there's definitely potential for quicker gains. Local wildlife, proving to be some of the most threatening enemy on the planet. Got some roaming thieves, which are easy enough to deal with.
Roger that. Yes, sir.
Currently we're doing side skirts.
Yes, sir.
Deal with the thieves as best as we can. Success. A little bit of danger gain. Offer to buy slaves. Yeah, for the moment we'll buy your slaves. Not super happy about that, but we'll do it. And then we are enforcement, so we'll take the enforcement choice. Pile on in with the tank and the Galactic Republic troop. We should actually do some significant damage here.
Mission successful.
Though that was painful. We lost 18 subunits during that attack. Yeah, and you can see the tank and the Gladius here basically did most of the damage. Everything else was the meat shields for those units. Because losing either of those units would be real bad. Okay, we got a surviving AI. Oh dear. All I'm going to say about it. Oh dear. Well, I'll prop it back up. I suppose these guys over here are going to continue their advance. Possible. We're definitely taking territory. Whether it's going to be quicker than the other factions is a different question, but we're definitely taking territory. Circle some guys here. Good in position to potentially wipe some of them out next turn. Might leave that set of 3 territories to Toniko Nation to take. Our industrial expansion post-construction wasn't super great, so everything is proceeding as planned. I will let that finish. We'll go expand the industry when it completes. These don't have upgrades. We'll move on to a different location to do bureaucratic expansions after those are done. Still want to hold on to about 600 construction. These guys, just get them close to the front. But they can basically stay together. Motorized guy. You're marching to the front. Yeah, most of the units are happy where they are. Probably go back to... Actually, we can get a little bit of an expansion here in Dirt Road that we want. Something like that. And I have 600, well, I got about 300 industry worth of stuff I can spend to improve the logistics of the nation. So we'll do that. Slowly working to pave over the main arterial of the nation. And I think that's our... Unless we're going to do some negotiation. These guys are not open to that type of negotiation. Those guys have that one. They're really not down for the free trade. Or the scientific cooperation. I have a feeling their government just changed. Their government change? I might have enough intel to actually know. Okay, so... These guys are presumably the ones still in control. Heart, merit, government. Oh, maybe it was the humanists we had in control. Either way, these are the guys in currently in control. Yeah, I think they may have just had an election and put a different guy in charge. Relation 87, desired 0. Yeah, I think they just changed who's in charge. That's what we're running into. Like, these guys have a desired of 51. Because I think we had a different one in charge earlier. Yeah, okay, so into isolation. So that both of them just had an election recently, and the new guys are less friendly. Good to know. That will be a potential thorn in my side later on. Which one to try? Or do I try Confeds? No chance of success, but there'd be a chance with Shadow Diplomats played. Or do I just play Unification? Let's go with the Shadow Diplomats. Go ahead and increase the likelihood that it does succeed. I'm going to play it on both the Advisor
Order acknowledged.
and the Foreign Affairs Counselor.
Order acknowledged.
And I now do not have the political power. Okay, we'll have it next turn. Looks like the turn to play out the next turn as well. Yeah, okay. Money is going down a little bit, so we may want to revise our taxes at some point. Though exporting metal is apparently incredibly profitable right now, so maybe not be too paranoid about that. Okay, second of the turn. Several losses, normated kills, and we have 2 decisions awaiting us. Oh, we discovered VidCom broadcasting, which I think was... well, it might not have been the one we're missing. Oh, we're also missing University. So we're missing University and VidCom broadcasting. Once we've got those done, we can bring the quality of life in all our zones to basically maximum through government spending. Anyway, but one out of these ones to do is the VidCom broadcasting. I don't really need the power plants because of the governmental power plants. Democratic activists request asylum. No, we like our neighbors. But don't like you. I am not the Democratic Free Haven. I am in fact one of the tyrannical overlords. Maybe you should not be fleeing to our country. Okay, I think we have enough to pile in and deal with that guy quickly.
Going in.
And we do. As our troops say, mission is successful. Okay. Let's see, can we continue to get the roads to go the way we want? Reasonably. Let's do a little bit of fork here. This will allow the picket to get a little bit closer to the border. Like I encircled. And we are approaching a desert here. Roading through the desert is going to be a bit of a struggle. But it is a big desert, and there is technically a way around. I could run the road up around this side, but I don't think the truck hub in the city is super well developed. It isn't, but we'll go ahead and nationalize it and do a little bit of development here, in case we do decide to go that way. What's our construction looking like? 3 things completed. Industry I'm going to queue up for another expansion. We just queued up the truck station. So probably got space to also queue up another bureaucratic asset somewhere. In fact, that would be a good place to queue up the bureaucratic asset. There is a good place to queue up the bureaucratic asset.
Understood.
And queue up the industry expansion.
Affirmative.
Okay, no diplomacy change over there, no diplomacy change over there. So as much as they don't want to do diplomacy with us, they're not actively in a state of seeking war. It's good to see. Okay, why did my diplomacy roll prediction go down terribly much here? Should I diplomats only hang around to 1 turn or something? Foreign Affairs and Advisor, do you have a shadow diplomat waiting for you? No, it does appear the shadow diplomats only hang around for exactly 1 turn. Okay. Or I had a diplomatic roll at some point, and it got expunged over the end turn? Possibly. Okay, we'll attempt the client state, and it succeeds. Good to see. So that'll make it much more likely that we are able to integrate these guys. That'll give us a much more secure eastern border. Because while we do have peace with these, well, more secure southeastern border. Because if I integrate these guys before these farmers disappear, that increases the likelihood that the militarists do not declare war on us via these confeds. And yeah, the farmers are SOL. They're already at war with the minor, or war with the militarists. There may be some value in trying to sneak the farmers from underneath them, but that would take a little bit more effort than I'm down to do right now, or have the logistics really to do either. So that was looking fine. Again, our main bottleneck is industry, by the looks of it. I think that's a good place to probably cycle the turn. Actually, based on the time, it's probably a good place to end the stream. As we're in a good place to end. Anything else I want to do before we back it up? We don't have enough for unification. That'll have to be saved for later. Sorted the construction. We've got 3 new things under construction to replace the 3 things we just finished. I do have a little bit of spare for roads if we wanted to extend the roads, and that would make sense. Extend that road. Those roads are already extended as much as they can. And I'm going to sort of sweep up around the back here, taking advantage that we do have some decent ground with which to turn into roads. 15 desert sands are not very good for roads, but non-shifting desert sands are decent. Put a guy there, put a guy there. That guy can stay there. Okay, so that's the pick. So everything spare that comes down here this way can be sent north. probably where I actually sent the tank, to be fair. Tank probably wants to swing west again. Apply a little more pressure to the... Well, the non-lines don't really associate pressure with needing to respond to it, so take some of the non-line territory from them. Okay, and I do have some leftover industrial capacity, which we'll spend paving over roads. Well, that's probably what we'll do for the roads. So that'll help a little bit with moving supplies eastward, now that we've got a full paved path all the way out to Keats. And apparently have a paved path up to there, but we probably want to follow the railroad track and not the random road through the middle of the desert, random road through the middle of the planet. We're not necessarily doing any operations northward, but we probably do want to pave before we go that way. We'll probably pave west, where we're going to do our motions first. Okay, so I think that is a good place to end it. We'll sell a little bit of metal, take advantage of the fact that metal is expensive. Big pile of cash. So, if you are watching this on YouTube, assuming the stream schedule continues as it is, there will probably be a part up tomorrow. Though I cannot necessarily guarantee that, because if something goes wonky with the stream schedule, I won't get around to recording before then. But tomorrow for you should be 4+ days in the future from now. We just recorded 4 parts. So I should, because I'm running a 4-day cycle with recording, get around recording more for you. So if you're watching tomorrow on YouTube, there should be more up. If you're watching currently on Twitch, be looking at the schedule. The schedule, once I update it, is usually stuck to, unless something really comes up. So I don't have an upgrade the schedule. I'm expecting the next one to be in 4 days. The next stream to be in 4 days. So if you're watching on YouTube, it's probably in your past. Yeah, it's probably in your past. Because it was probably last night for you if you're on YouTube. But if you're watching on Twitch, be on the lookout for it in 4 days. And if you're watching on YouTube, expect another part to be up tomorrow. Or if you can't wait till tomorrow, you might be able to sneak onto Twitch and watch the past VOD, because it'll probably still be on Twitch. So, until the next part, wish you all good luck and a good time. And before I forget, I should put in a save. Stream save 3 on World 2. So, until next time, wish you all good luck, and bye for now.